All right, Meller. Do you agree with what I had to say?
Yes.
That I don't mind losing week 1 of fantasy because of this bonus.
Yes. If you're playing in where you do get waiver priority, you're absolutely right. This can actually be a blessing in disguise for a lot of folks out there because last season, Puka Nacua was a game changer for a lot of people on the waiver wire in that first week. And if you missed out on him, Kyron Williams was also a huge bonus play. So this very well could be the only week that you get some true game changers. Hopefully, it's going to be someone of these guys that I list for folks out there. But if it's not, don't worry. We'll be at it all season long. So I hinted at it last Friday. I think Isaiah likely could be the game changer in fantasy. He's a tight end. Now, some people may have – their tight end looked deep going into the draft season this year, but likely I think showed you that he's going to be a true impact player in the passing game. He was last year when Mark Andrews was hurt. He had 9 catches, 111 yards, a touchdown, and he coulda, woulda, shoulda had a second touchdown had he gotten his toe down. He's available in 78% of leagues, and people are always looking for a guy at tight end who can be, a potential game changer. I think Isaiah likely is your number one priority on the waiver wire this week. If you need help at running back, J.K. Dobbins. Now this is more shallow leagues. He is still available in about 25% of leagues out there. He had 135 rushing yards. Jim Harbaugh knows him from John Harbaugh, no doubt, back in his days in Baltimore. He's always been productive as long as he's healthy. He actually didn't start the game as the Chargers lead back. Gus Edwards was getting a lot of the work in the first half, but they weren't productive at all. They turned to J.K. Dobbins in the second half, and he showed you what he's capable of still. I think as long as he's healthy, he'll be someone you can definitely consider starting. They've got the Panthers this week, so it's a sweet matchup for J.K. Dobbins and the Chargers. So I'd say he's the top running back if he's available in your league.
It's just like Baltimore with those two guys.
It really is. It should be, again, comes as no surprise. The Harbaughs are incestuous when it comes to their players.
Yeah.
They are. I can't help it. It's
Boy, who do they got this week, too? Like
the Panthers.
Yeah.
The Chargers have the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers. Like, it's going to be a boat race.
Yeah. We talked about him yesterday at the end of the show. Jordan Mason. Schefter hinted that CMC could be out again this week. So Jordan Mason, you saw what he did last night. He's certainly a capable he's a short-term replacement here because I don't think it's going to be too long that McCaffrey's out. But obviously, if you want to, for the next couple weeks, make a play, Jordan Mason's somebody who, after Dobbins, I'd be looking at. Tank Bigsby in Jacksonville. He had 73 yards on 12 carries, and Travis Etienne fumbled at the 1-yard line when he should have been going in for a touchdown. Tank Bigsby looked good, so it's going to be a split. And if Etienne has any more fumbling issues, wouldn't be surprised at all if Tank Bigsby starts to get a longer look.
Football's my thing, and I got to be honest with you. I have no idea who Tank Bigsby is.
Second-year player. So, the backup running back.
Damn.
But again, could be getting more run as the season continues. And if Etienne has any more issues with the football, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Bigsby gets a bigger look.
Boy, that was a game they should have.
No doubt.
Oh.
I think we all know that. Bucky Irving, another second-string running
Those
back.
are two great names.
Tank
Bigsby and Bucky Irving.
Absolutely. Bucky Irving, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer, who is also a second stringer behind Rachaad White. But Irving looked good running the rock, had 62 yards on 9 carries. And he's somebody who's on the smaller side. So I don't think he can be a true workhorse back. But he did look better in the run game than Rachaad White. So maybe they split it up where White gets the receiving work. And maybe Bucky Irving starts to get a little bit more of the carries down the stretch.
Where is Bucky Irving from? Where did he come from?
Wisconsin.
Oregon?
I think he's a local guy, too.
Is Bucky Irving a local guy?
I think he is, if I remember correctly.
Jaleel McLaughlin for Denver. If you need another running back, you know what? If you're in PPR formats, he had 5 catches. He only had 1 yard because Bo Nix won't throw the ball, I guess, past the line of scrimmage, apparently.
Well, Bo likes to throw it to the other team, too. So keep an eye on that.
But when he wasn't, he threw 5 dump-off passes for 1 yard. But 5 catches is 5 points in fantasy. Speaking of 5 points in fantasy, Justin Fields, if you need some quarterback help, listen, he didn't lead him to any touchdown drives, but he still ran for 53 yards. And in fantasy football, it's the cheat code at the quarterback position. So Justin Fields looks like he's going to get another start for 1 more week.
We got to look at the over total in his rushing total.
I won that this week.
Did
as
you?
soon as I saw that he was going to make the start.
You needed to give me the heads up.
I sent a text to Black and Abdallah. I said, hey, guys, you see this anywhere? And I finally found it. They posted it It was plus 130 for over 50 yards.
Lightning
It's a
round.
layup.
Lightning round.
Layup.
Deeper leagues if you need some running back help. Alexander Madison in Vegas.
I know him.
Jalen Wright. Keep an eye out on him because the Dolphins have a couple of injured running backs in Achane and Mostert, so we have to see if they're going to play on Thursday.
That always happens too. That's like the old Baltimore days, where they're using like 3 or 4 different running backs.
Yeah, so Jalen Wright
Well,
and
you know why?
Jeff
It's hot as
Wilson.
balls down there, and you can only go so many reps.
And if you need a receiver, maybe take a look at DeMarcus Robinson because now the Puka Nacua is going to be out for looks like 4 weeks at least.
And that's a loaded waiver
Action.
wire right there.
Yeah, that was action packed.
The 5 o'clock hour of Waddle and Silvy has been brought to you by Steinhoffel's 5 Chicagoland locations now open in Schaumburg on Golf Road.
I think he should. It should be a quiz going forward. Is this player real or not real?
Yeah, I know.
Is Bucky something real or not real?
Because we usually know every guy in the league.
Yes.
Those names, like, we're surprised.
The running backs have got me twisted.